Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Little Potato. Right, so, we're in Potatograd. Potatograd is looking rather fetching. I must say, it's looking pretty darn good. One slight problem that we do indeed have, though, is that the entirety of Potatograd isn't actually considered as Potatograd. As you can see, we have that word is and actually that word too. These guys seemingly are impinging upon the boundary of Potatograd a little bit. I don't really think that there's that much that I can do about that. Just as a point of note to start this episode out. Yeah. That's gonna be a little bit of a problem. So basically what I'm trying to say is that Potatograd has actually grown so much that it's kind of expanded out with the border of Potatograd. Anyway, the whole point of me being here at the start of the episode was to show you the TV station, the wonderful television station that has been completed. It's not actually operational yet, even though it's got a bunch of employees in it, mostly because we need to, you know, connect up a little power supply. So I think that is exactly what I'm going to do in the first instance. I'm going to connect up an electric substation right over there. Brilliant. Is there any particular rush to do this? I.e., do I need to build this myself, or do in fact I have the opportunity to just wait and chill out and just let the game sort of finish it off itself? I think the game can probably finish it off by itself. Tell you what, do I want to drag from here? Yeah, you know what? I think I actually... yeah, I mean, the power network at the moment is highly complicated. Highly complex, highly complicated. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to take out this wire right here. I'm going to build a medium voltage switch right in there. Going to reconnect that wire up there. Brilliant. Connect that wire up there, and then connect this wire down to the one which I'm currently building right over there. We're going to build all of that, and that should keep things reasonably okay in my books. Brilliant. So power should now be starting if I build the substation. There we go. What do you know? We should now begin to broadcast to our wonderful citizens, which is brilliant. At the moment, we are boosting happiness. We're boosting cultural enjoyment, which is kind of nice. I mean, happiness is kind of already as high as it can go, frankly. It really is as high as it can go. I mean, government loyalty is very low. Is that gonna... If I tweak that a little bit, will that make much of a difference? I don't actually know what government loyalty matters for. I mean, I don't really care about government loyalty, to be honest. If it doesn't seem to be having a major impact on my citizens' lives. But you know, if these are propaganda stations, I feel like we should stay true to the original purpose upon which this TV station was actually built. So why don't we try and boost propaganda as much as we possibly can at every station that we currently have? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so the potential broadcast outreach, 13,000. 69% of the population have a radio. Brilliant. 50% have a TV. Yeah, we are still supplying electronics. In fact, we are supplying electronics. Let me just get a little overview of exactly how many electronics we are actually supplying. I think we should be fine for them, to be honest. Yeah, we've got 7.9 tons in storage in the warehouse, and we've got a whole bunch. Yeah, we got a whole bunch that are just chilling out in the shopping center. And by the way, thank you to everyone who left comments about the fuel distribution network. There were a couple of things that I should note. So I changed the Shipsky cargo harbor setup, so it now unloads the fuel at the harbor rather than filling it up. Also, there has been an update, which is kind of why I want to speak about this right now. There's been an update which allows us to set the distributing percent for all buildings, and we can set the source building and the destination buildings, right? So this is super, super helpful because we did kind of have a problem. I kind of had a problem, you know, whatever it was, 2 episodes ago, where we were moving all of the resources into this warehouse over here. And because this warehouse was never able to fill up to 90% capacity, because all of the resources, as soon as they were arriving in the warehouse, were immediately transferred to the train, you were never really able to get there. So what we can do for specifically deliveries to this warehouse number 7, I don't actually recall which it was. Which one was it? It was. Which one was I setting up to? It was this one. Yeah, so this was the one that we were sending. Stuff to the warehouse over here. So, if I set this up, yep, unload, storage percentage 40%. I mean, I want to say the source building needs to have at least 40% in the cargo. That probably doesn't make much sense, but that's okay. Also, we can set up loading and unloading points, so it's kind of not super necessary for us to have 2 loading, or 2 stations, I should say. But look, it's just a little bit of a bonus. Anyway, we should be able to now sell all of our excess electronic components, and that should make for a fairly nice setup as far as I'm aware. We may need to tweak things a little bit later on. We may need to tweak things slightly, but the point remains, we should never run out of any individual resource from the warehouses now, because, as I say, load minus 2 million%. Okay, that's cool. Load 100%. We shouldn't load 100%. We should only be loading down to 40%, is what I mean to say. Either way, that way it keeps everything fresh. We'll see if it works. We'll see if we need to adjust at some point, but for now, I'm probably fairly okay with that. Electronic components, we're missing some plastics. Hopefully that will be rectified at some point soon. I don't think we store plastics over there. We do not. We don't store plastics over here either. We're fine for everything. Okay, that's good. I just wanted to make sure, absolutely sure, that was all in play before we started with the main goal of today's episode, which is to finally get on top of our steel production. I mean, steel production has been fluctuating up and down and 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 up and down across the entirety of the series. And, you know, can you blame me? Frankly, steel production is one of the most resource-intensive processes in the game. It requires a tremendous amount of coal. It requires a tremendous amount of iron. It really is rather ridiculous. So we're gonna see if we can fix it here today. Right. So the first thing that we need to do is complete the construction of all of this additional nonsense over at Coalgradsky. Now, I kind of just thought maybe in my infinite wisdom, there we go, that this area would sort of build itself, and to be honest, it kind of has. It's just not built enough of itself, unfortunately. Is there... There's a fire. It's a pipe pumping station. Presumably this fire truck? No fire trucks. This is a problem. If I increase the number of workers, will that make any difference? If I increase the number of fire trucks? Doesn't make any difference. Okay, so that's a big old problem. That is a real problem. Okay, turns out that the fire station is going to be completely unable to get to that pumping station. All right, well, that's unbelievably irritating. I tell you what, there is actually one thing that I could do. I think if I speed up the speed of this road, so if I upgrade this road to asphalt, I'm just gonna build this with my cash at the moment. Again, just to see if it all works, because hopefully it will. Right, so does that increase the range of the fire station somewhat? It doesn't. Okay, so it turns out that it's not going to make a difference anyway. Well, I mean, that kind of sucks, but, you know, at the end of the day, now that we've got the ability to remove individual pipes, it's not the end of the world. We can just we can just rebuild that at some point. We'll just disconnect the pipes to make sure that it doesn't burn the whole darn place down, and move on with our lives for now. Fine. I do want to get oil production upped in the course of this episode as well, but that may not happen. Right. Why are we just not managing to get this stuff done? We need mechanical components, apparently. Mechanical components seemingly are the resource that seems to be in the most demand, and yet we're just not able to get them. Well, what I'm gonna do, I will buy a bunch of trucks that will be ready to collect a whole bunch of mechanical components. So, mechanical components, I think we should collect now. We should probably collect from load over here. So if we just specify this, mechanical components and electronic components can now be picked up from load. And thanks to the source, I was way to say there should always be mechanical components here. But as it transpires, there are not mechanical components here at the moment. Well, there are actually some mechanical components. It looks to be working, actually. I say that. It looks to be working not too badly. Yeah. Yeah, 40%. 40%. Okay, that's good. I might set up like a bespoke medium distribution office, literally just to tell you what, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up a bespoke distribution office just to transport resources over to the output over there, so that we don't have to worry about this issue occurring. There we go. Tweak that. Remove that connection. Yep, brilliant. Give me a small distribution office. It only needs to be small. We will auto-build that. Turn off auto-build, because auto-build can be very, very dangerous in the wrong hands. With great auto-building comes great responsibility, or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, please. Okay, 5 trucks. Let's buy them all. All right, so we're gonna take from here. We're gonna load, and we're going to literally unload over there. Storage percentage needs to be at least 50%, and the destination building, well, to be honest, it doesn't matter if it's less than. It doesn't matter what it's less than, because it's always going to be less than, in my opinion. Let's bump that up to 60, maybe. Okay, so I just want to keep an eye on this and see if indeed it works. Chemicals as well. We should stop auto-importing chemicals so that we don't just sell them straight away. All right, cool. I think that should be us. I think that should be us. I think this works just a tiny little bit better. Load some mechanical components. Yeah. I think that'll work. I don't know why it's currently calculating negative 2 million%, but if that's what you want to calculate, then that's totally fine with me. Either way, we don't want to take more than we need to out of the system. Either way, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna deal with that later. The other thing that I wanted to do, very, very briefly, thank you very much to the person who made me aware. Of course, the rail construction office also requires fuel, which is kind of crazy, but it requires fuel. I say it's kind of crazy. It's not crazy at all. Of course, trains actually require fuel. So, so there you go. The fuel distribution network, by the way, from what I can see, seems to be working like an absolute charm. I don't think that we've got any supply issues. I think most of the resource that we care about is being moved across the map over to the tank here. You know, it'll remain to be seen whether it ends up working fully. But yeah, things look good. Things look good on this bridge construction as well. I mean, that is going to take absolutely ages, but that's also fine. Right, back across to Coalgradsky. Coalgradsky. We're currently in the process of, as I say, moving all of these mechanical components across the map in order to get here. Is there anything that I can build to help make this go a little bit faster? I mean, we literally are just ready to go. We're literally ready to go. We're just waiting for everything to get built, which is always a terribly frustrating process. Tell you what I could set up. Whilst we're waiting for those resources to be moved across here. I could indeed get myself a bus route set up. Do I have a depot? Also, what the heck is this up here? It's a disaster. That's what it is. Empty the whole storage. There we go. Yeah, do we have a depot over here? I mean, I did have a depot. I did have a depot a heck of a long time ago. I think it was removed. There we go. All right. Get a depot. Build the depot. I am still absolutely ridiculously wealthy. I tell you what, I could pay off a loan. Yeah, sure. Pay off a loan. Why the heck not, right? Also, I want to start getting some more residents. I also want to fix, over the course of this episode, the issue that we seem to be having in Mini Constructo with regards to a university. So we're going to fix that as well, which is very, very good. Okay, let me get to... That's kind of silly because we don't actually need that many people. Do we have a bus? Yeah, in fact, actually, yeah, a bus that carries 57 passengers is probably more my style. 45 is actually... probably what we're after. The reason that I say 45 is that these ore processing facilities require a abnormally few number of people to work in them. So there you go. All right, get in, get out, shake it all about. Only workers, please. Only workers. And you guys can actually both get to work. There we go. So yeah, 2 small buses, I think that's totally fine for what we actually require. We do need to get some corresponding path infrastructure set up in order to allow everyone to walk to work. I say walk to work. I mean, everyone gets the bus to work, but you know what I mean. You know, you get the bus for the first leg and then you walk it. All right, some nice cheap paths. And that's us pretty much ready to go. Now, as I've already mentioned, this area is going to be producing, you know, 100% refined coal, which can go straight into, straight into the steel mill. And what I'm planning to do, once these 3 bridges are completed, and I have to be honest, we're actually very, very close to completing these 3 bridges. We are, what? Yeah, we're actually the vast majority of the way through that last chunk, and then we're just down to 1 additional site. How much would it cost me to build this? 194,000 rubles. I could build it. Whatever the case. We are just going to sit the trains inside the steel mill. So we're just going to let the 3, you know, just 3 random supply trains just chill out inside the steel mill until they've unloaded their loads, and then they can get back on the track and head back to Coalgradsky. That's the plan as it stands anyway. Whether it'll work, we'll have to wait and see. We also need to get power set up over here, and I'm actually a little bit... I was going to say, I'm a little bit concerned that maybe we don't have enough power being shipped over here, but we totally do. I have no idea why I was that worried. We should be absolutely fine. As long as I choose a sufficiently central location to stick down my electric substation. This looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, this looks brilliant. As long as I choose a sufficiently central location, we'll be A-okay. Yep. Alright, get that built. Wonderful, lovely, looking good. And we've got power. Fantastic. Right, where are the trucks? We got any trucks coming in at any point? Aha! We do indeed have trucks that are supposed to be carrying mechanical components and actually aren't. Alright, so I guess that tells you that we're not going to be waiting around for silly trucks to build themselves. We actually have employees here, which is great. Right, let's build up these bits, shall we? Okay, now this is going to probably be the most expensive part of the process, given that importing mechanical components isn't actually cheap. But it is what it is. There's a little bit of a bug, by the way, where I believe it says coal/gravel when it is actually transporting coal, because there ain't no gravel. There ain't no gravel coming from here. That's for sure. Alright. So coal is still being loaded on the loading stations. I tell you what, there's no traffic jams. There's no trains, like, waiting to go. Like, there's just nothing. Everyone is driving into the aggregate loading stations and immediately getting filled up. So that's really, really good, actually. Really, really good. Hey, wait. There were resources on the site. Did I miscalculate that? Oh, maybe some of the trucks do actually have mechanical components. Alright, well that's real strange. Okay, well that's brilliant then. So for that reason, maybe I should give the game a chance to build this stuff. I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff that the game hasn't decided to build yet, like this. I mean, I don't even think a worker's been assigned over here, but that's fine. Sure, there's resources on site over there. Resources on site over here? Not yet. Resources on site over here? Not yet. Import the resources over there. Resources on site? Not yet. Resources on site? Not yet. Okay. Right. Any other trucks? Any other trucks coming in right now? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, if I was a smarter individual, then I would have set up a depot, kind of like I set up over in Mini Constructo, where I transport some of the most, I don't know, used, popular resources over to Coalgradsky. Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to rock and roll, to be honest. I mean, that has cost me an absolute fortune, but it's worth it, right? It's worth it if we get this up and running. Right, you've got some workers. Brilliant. We're building this at a fair rate of knots. We don't really have any prefabricated cranes, which would make this process just go a little bit quicker. Yeah, maybe I see if I can buy a prefabricated crane. We've got some open hull trucks just ready and waiting. Let me see if I can sell a dumper. Sell a dumper. And buy a couple of prefabricated cranes. Tower cranes, whatever. There we go. Buy 2 tower cranes. Because they actually do make a tremendous difference. They do actually make a tremendous difference to the speed at which stuff is constructed. Especially like belts and towers and conveyor engines and all of that nonsense. Alright, good. I think we're pretty much ready to go. You're connected. We just need to connect up you somehow. And, yeah, the way that we need to do that is by disconnecting this road. But I don't want to disconnect that road, because that is a... It's not necessarily a fairly key road at all. There's a fire. Open storage. That will definitely be extinguished. I'm saying it with a complete level of confidence. Never before have I been this confident. I'm super confident. We're still working on that road. Delightful. Delightful. Okay, cancel this road over here. Yep, take it back. And then let me get a conveyor out and see if we can hook this up directly to here. I mean, that would be the ideal situation for us. That would be ideal. To be honest, it doesn't look a million miles away. There we go. Overlaps with existing construction. See, that's a real shame, because it only just overlaps with existing construction, and I bet that existing construction that it refers to is the railroad, which is a crying shame. Give me a modded conveyor just for a second here. I could do a double modded conveyor, which takes me over the railway, but I don't think I want to do that. I think... Yeah, I think something like that is actually preferable. There is a very specific one that I'm looking for here. Not that one. Not that one. That's the one. That's actually legitimately the one. That is exactly the place that I would love to build this in. Right, can I get a little bit of terrain equalization going on over here? Or is that going to be out of the question? No, that actually looks pretty possible. Alright, I'm really happy with that. Which did I say the one was? Was that the one? I think that might have been the one. Right, let's give that a shot. Give it a bash. See if we can get a road underneath here in any configuration at all. No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, this is the only way that we can path over here, unless I was to get a bridge I mean, that looks good. That looks really, really good, but it just doesn't want to link up. Okay, try again. Try again. One more shot. Oh, see if it could just go there, that would be so perfect. To be honest, I think maybe the trick is getting the angle just right, so that we've got enough room to play with over here. Yes, right there, right there. We get that locked in right there. And connect up. Okay, it says it's too sharp of a turn, but that's totally fine. Any chance that we can get under this road now? Oh, yes, that's brilliant. That is cracking. Ooh, even better. Even better. All right, brilliant. Well, sign me up to that one. That is great. Okay, let's just build all of this. Perfect. And what do you know? Suddenly we've got a coal processing area. Suddenly we have an actual coal processing area. We should indeed be able to deal with coal there. Yeah, we've got two large aggregate storages. Is that enough? I think that's probably going to be more than enough. And given that these large aggregate storages all store 1,900 tons, that is, that's probably going to be adequate for what we require. Yeah, very, very happy with that, actually. Okay, tower cranes have arrived. We just need a couple more employees, a couple more people, a couple more workers to finish the job. After that, the question remains, how do we want to work this? Do we want to reconfigure an existing train? For example, you're an iron train. I don't care about the iron trains. I care about a coal train. Yeah, so you're set up to load coal ore at the moment. Do I want to perhaps switch a coal ore train over to this brand new route, or do I just want to get a brand new train? I think I want to change an existing train because we're very close. We're very close to the capacity of this line. I mean that in a little bit of an abstract sense. It's a little bit funky. It's a little bit funky with how it's currently working. Right. Sure. You load 100% of coal. There we go. Delete that. And then instead of going to construct and grad aggregate unloading, you're instead going to go right into the steel mill, and you're going to unload. You're going to wait until unloaded, and then we're going to ditch that. All right, I think we are ready to go. All right, so this is the first test. We'll see if it actually works. We should see a train head up here and start to load. I think we've configured the line properly. Don't think there should be any problematic areas, not at the present moment. No, not at all, actually. You're an iron train, that's fine. Where's the coal train? Is it you? No. It's not you. Where are we? Where did the coal train go that I just... Where did you go? Where did you go? No? Did I... What? What happened? Right, hold on. Trains, diesel locomotives. Right. Diesel locomotive over there. We can now use the finder. Hopper car. No. It's not you. I definitely just set this. Right. There should only be one singular train that is actually involved with this. Yeah, you. Where are you? Why the heck are you all the way down here? No. Go here. What the heck are you doing all the way down here, my dude? It's a disaster. It's an actual disaster. How did you get down here? Okay, I'm going to set up a little bypass route for you. Bespoke bypass route for you. There we go. Turn around. Just allow you to quickly. There we go. You should come around here. Brilliant. And get back onto the main line. Not entirely convinced that I know why that ended up happening. But there we go. Either way, I want to follow that train just to make sure that we don't have any issues like the one which just happened in front of your very eyes, in front of our very eyes at the exact same time. All right. Wow. We've already managed to process a bunch of coal. Yeah. Another part of the reason, by the way, another part of the reason for doing what I'm doing is that there is going to be a reduction in straight up coal ore that is actually needed. So therefore, it only makes sense that we move over a coal ore transporting train to just a coal transporting train, so to speak. Yep, you're coming around this way. Great. If that's quicker, that's fine. You can go through the iron ore loading area up here. Brilliant. Have I got wait until loaded? I've not got wait until loaded there, but that wouldn't make that much of a difference. There is quite a lot of coal ore ready to be picked up. Not coal ore, sorry, just regular coal. Alright, cracking. That's really good. That is really good. Right, now I'm just going to zip along this track just to make sure that there is indeed a route. Yeah, there's not a route. There's not a route along this way. So what I need to set up is a... Man, this is really irritating. I'm either going to have to cross over track, which I really do not want to do, or I'm going to have to build like a really funky bridge. I think I want to build a funky bridge. So where do we need to go? We need to get to up here. I'll tell you what, this land is pretty interesting. You know what? I think we're actually going to build like a valley bridge crossing bridge. Mark my words, this is going to be interesting. Too steep of an incline. That's kind of what I'm going for, to be honest. That's kind of what I'm going for. Right. So yeah, is that at a higher level? That is indeed at a higher level than the track down below, which is exactly the vibe that I was going for. Let's continue to take back this horrific dirt road. Give me a steel truss bridge. There we go. Yes. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. That is exactly what I'm after. Right, we don't need to get up there. We need to get up here, don't we? Okay, and then down. Just onto the mountainside. Just like that. And that's kind of level across the whole entirety of the bridge, which is exactly what I'm going for. Okay, lower the mountain a little bit. The brand new nuclear patch adds a whole bunch of supposedly terraforming improvements, which is really rather nice because it seems to work a little bit better now. Can't build due to infrastructure below. Show me the wireframe again, please, video game. What are the chances that we find a little bit of recessed track? Like, for example, right here, the track is actually lower than the surrounding mountainside, according to the wireframe anyway. So if I take this back again, there we go. I curve this around. There we go, and up over there. We can actually cross. Angle of connection is too sharp. I mean, that shouldn't be the case. If we just tweak this ever so slightly. Yep, just to be like that. I'm just using steel truss deck bridges, not for any specific reason. Just because it's available. Alright, now that kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't. Because that doesn't explain how the heck we're going to get up there. I don't really... That's actually so unbelievably close to working. I don't really want to set up a brand new connection. the whole point of doing this was that I would be able to just sort of skip past this track over here. And this track is, I should point out, this track is very, very empty at this moment in time. However, I'm trying to future-proof it to a degree where perhaps we can, you know, maybe, just maybe, have this in place already by the time we actually need it. Okay, so what I'm going to try lining up a third track over here. Something like this. Yeah, and then we'll get the steel truss bridge to come down, just like so, and then we'll connect up as much as we can, actually. Just there, actually. Yeah, that's really, really good. So this way, we're minimizing, absolutely we're minimizing the number of, like, crossings and track sort of interactions. That's kind of the plan anyway. We don't want any track crossover if we can avoid it. So that's the goal. Right, I'm going to set up a branch off here to come down here. There we go. And nice. We don't need to get another bridge. We don't need to get another bridge because we're just going to be joining the track up to... just joining the track up to itself, if at all possible. It's not ideal that this track is going to have to cross over a road in order to get to where it needs to go. Or is it even going to be able to cross over a road? That's the real question. There's no way that that's going to work, yeah. Alright, kind of looks a little bit funky, but, you know, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. How much is that going to cost me? 600,000 rubles. An absolute bargain for what we're accomplishing there, to be honest. Now, this is what I want to... this is what I want to see more of. If you've ever seen, played, heard of Transport Tycoon Deluxe, then you'll kind of get the mindset that I'm sort of in at the moment. We want to try and sort of minimize the opportunity for the trains to get confused. We want to minimize the points at which the trains can possibly, potentially come into contact with each other. And doing this is a sure guarantee that that's not going to happen, which is kind of nice. Okay, 600,000 rubles, not necessarily well spent, but certainly future-proofing this entire operation. And it's a good thing that we've done it over here. We were able to factor in the steepness of the land, which I think is quite nice. We didn't have to remove any sort of super highway road. That's all fine. And even over here, it actually looks not too bad, and we've taken account of the land. So I like that, actually. I like that. That gets 2 thumbs up from me. 2 thumbs up. Very, very nice indeed. We'll have to see if the train operates properly, accordingly. Coal ore, it's not you. It's you, yes, that's right. Look at the deep shade of black. The deep shade of black, is black a shade? I think black is a shade. Anyway, the deep black of this coal is very cool. Very, very cool indeed. One slight problem is that because of the location of this crossover, we're not going to ever be able to utilize the tunnel in order to get access to this crossover, unless I want to build some more crazy rail shenanigans. But I don't really, not at this moment in time. I think we'll let the tunnel do the heavy lifting, and we will keep this track around specifically for the purposes of this train, which is going to become, it's going to become an increasingly more important route as we go. Look at this horrific land. Looks kind of cool though. Looks a little bit funky, but there we go. Yeah, it's gonna become pretty desolate, this section of track anyway, once the tunnel opens up, which is can't be that far off, are we? Let's have a little look. 67%. Goodness gracious me. Look at this. This is looking real fancy though. Real fancy. No conflict with other tracks. This is very, very nice indeed. I could have had the rail office build this, by the way, but I wanted to get this up and running as soon as we possibly can. You are currently not able to get through because we've got a train on the track over there. We haven't actually signaled this area properly yet, have we? The answer to that question is rhetorical. Although the answer is actually no, which I guess that makes it a non-rhetorical question. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Is this gonna work? Okay. Signal there. Oh, goodness, this might not even work. Hold up. Yeah, this is a little dicey here. Right. 2 seconds. Right, this might crash the game. Be warned. Right, ditch that. Do not destroy the bridge. It's very important that this bridge is not destroyed. No, 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 no. Is there any more track around the front here? I can't even see. No, I think that's... oh, you idiot potato. Right, rebuild that. It's very important that that gets rebuilt. Oh, there is a bit of track. Right, demolish that. Okay, good. Okay, now we need to stick a signal in here. That's right, so that now it operates as it should, like a chain signal. That's fair enough. And we're gonna have to bring this straight down here instead of doing it where we were doing it. And this can cross straight in there like that. Again, with a chain signal there. I don't love this at all, actually, but yeah, we can give this a little bash, see if it works accordingly. You should be able to get through. We shouldn't have any issues here. Okay, you just despawn. Cool. Right, you seem to be having an issue, however. You shouldn't be having an issue. Unless, of course, you want to get through here. What the heck? Is there not a bit of track? Not a bit of track over here? Right. Don't know what's happening in this area. This looks... oh, I just deleted a random bit of track there? Crossing isn't allowed on that specific section of track. What the heck is happening here? There we go. Build that. Now are you fixed? I mean, there should be no connection issues. There is nothing as far as I can see. Okay, ditch that. Ditch that. Ditch that. And amazingly, you're able to move? What the heck is this? Alright, well, I think it worked. I think we fixed it temporarily. We've at least got pretty much 2 of these lines open now, which is great. Okay, so we now have a solid additional source of coal, which is good. I mean, as it turns out, it's not really coal that's the issue at this moment in time. However, it's at least a step in the right direction to processing more and more things off-site. Cool. That seems to be working. That seems to be working not too badly. So is this all just going to work from now on? That's kind of the dream. And we've got the last little section of bridge up here to get done with as well. That's looking good too. Alright, brilliant. How are we doing at moving all of our workers from the platform? Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We did just have a massive shipski delivery. Oh, actually, speaking of, we haven't checked on... well, first of all, we haven't checked on our warehouse situation. Got mechanical components. Got a too few mechanical components for my liking. But that's okay. Yeah, too few mechanical components for my liking. Why is that the case? Part of the case, actually, is I think that we're still selling mechanical components. Like, after all this time, we are actually legitimately still selling mechanical components. Mini constructor warehouse, not that one. I think we are still driving... we're still driving them to the border, I believe? Or maybe we're not. Maybe we stopped... yeah, no, we are driving them to the border. Look at this one. We got four trucks that are currently occupied moving our mechanical components to the border. I'm going to get rid of these 4 trucks. I say get rid of them. I'm going to see if I can park them up somewhere. Or indeed move them to another area. The reason why is that we're already able to... any construction office that they can go to? Not really. I'll tell you what, yeah, there are construction offices that these guys can go to. You can go over here. There we go. That's what I like to see. We're already exporting via a boat anyway. So it's like, what's the point? What is the point of exporting via the customs house at the border all the way over here if indeed we're already exporting via boat? It's much more efficient to transport resources via train and then via boat. So we might as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. We actually built one. Can you believe it? We actually did it. Huh. We actually did it. It's done. It's absolutely done. Okay, well let's give you some jobs then, I guess. We'll get you to load up at the Shipsky Harbor. Sure, and then we'll add a new stop beyond borders to Soviet countries. Wait until loaded. 100% of anything. Yeah. Oh my, and we're halfway through. In fact, we're more than halfway through. We're more than halfway through another one. Goodness gracious me. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Well, I'm delighted that that ended up completing. I cannot believe that we actually managed to build our own ship. How very, very cool. How very, very cool indeed. I am going to continue to buy more and more blueprints. In fact, why don't I just buy... I'll buy the cheap one. Sure, 300,000 rubles for the passenger ship. I will indeed try and build that. That's dodgy sailing if ever I saw it. I also am presuming that this cargo harbor can deal with up to 3 vessels. No idea if that's the case, but I guess we'll see. The next ship that we build can do, I guess, bespoke travel between... Why the heck is this not being built, by the way? What's the range on this? Did I adjust the range on this? Nope, I didn't adjust the range on that. That's deeply irritating. So the construction office wasn't finding the things that I wanted to actually build. That's a bit of a bummer. Either way, we should rectify that swiftly. What's the problem here? We're trying to unload crops? Or we're trying to load up chemicals? We're trying to load up chemicals. That's fine. No rush. No rush. It's all good. It's all good over in Kobe. Everything over in Kobe, there's just a super, super, super chill vibe. You know, there's no hassle, no nothing. It's 100% chill over in the oil refining capital of the map. Still importing oil, by the way. Doesn't seem to have a tremendous impact on my bottom line, believe it or not, even though we're importing a heck of a lot of it. But there we go. We're also importing a heck of a lot of food, which is very, very worrying because I was under the impression that we were mostly transporting our own local food. Bit of a concern that is, not gonna lie. Bit of a concern. All source buildings more than 0. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. We should be doing this. We should be, but we just apparently don't have enough... We just don't apparently have enough food. We don't have apparently enough food coming in. Alright, well that's a concern. I'll grant you that, video game. That is a concern. I think we're probably maxed out at food production, or pretty close to it, actually. Yeah, alright, well, that's a problem. Okay, we're missing crops. The reason that we're missing crops is forklifts, lack of forklifts. Do we need to get some more forklifts? I can get some more forklifts. Forklifts, forklifts, forklifts. Is it a tongue twister? Not really. Not really at all. Yeah, so I'll just get a large modded forklift garage, which is pretty cool, actually, because it gives me slots for 8 forklifts as opposed to just the regular 4. I should be able to fit you in here. very hopeful that that's the case anyway. It works. It works. It's a dream. It works. Fits like a glove. Brilliant. I could have moved the wire, but I didn't want to move the wire. Okay, cool. Also, these forklifts all need fuel, actually. I didn't think of that. Yeah, okay. Leave that on auto purchase for now. And then just buy me 8 forklifts. And we can just let all of these connections sort of auto find themselves and get that all set up. I know it's going to add an additional layer of complexity, and the forklifts do have a tendency to get stuck, although I think that that bug may have been fixed. If that's the case, then that's real good. Okay. Yeah, we just need a few more crops. We just need a few more crops in order to make a bit more food. Look at this. Look at this. It's a little bit busy. A little bit busy. This is kind of why you don't want forklifts just under, you know, normal circumstances. Because the amount of crops that they actually supply, it's just not enough. I feel like forklifts maybe should be able to transport a little bit more croppage, as opposed to just 1.4 tons. I mean, I appreciate, you know, for the sake of reality, forklifts can only carry a limited quantity of goods. However, in saying that, the process is just so slow. Yeah. Okay, either way, that might, you know, rectify that issue, which is good. You're filling up. That's fine. And it's our coal. That's a coal ore train. That's fine. Yeah, this is all good. This entire area works perfectly. Yep, 100%. Very, very happy with that. I still can't believe we've actually built a boat. Can you believe that? I sure can't. I sure cannot. Yeah, but everything else seems to be running remarkably smoothly. I think we're moving just about enough people around, which is really, really good. You're just chilling out over there. I mean, can you go to the first stop, please? Oh, I hadn't said start on your orders. That's fine. That's my bad. In fact, maybe I don't even want to do this. Maybe, I mean, you can be set up to go to Soviet countries for now. Oh, don't know what's happening there. But after that, I think you can do... Yeah, you can do the route. You can do the route of moving resources across the map. That would be really, really good. I think that's what we want to see. Also, a lot of people keep saying, "Hey, give Kobe nice streets." I mean, sure, I will at some point give Kobe nice streets. However, I feel like, you know, the town of Kobe started with you know, with dirt roads. It's kind of, you know, kind of cool how it's still got them. Or maybe it's not cool. Maybe it's just sheer laziness. I don't know. Well, it's not laziness. I'm not against giving people nice streets. It's just one of these things, right? How are we still not managing to do this? Is it because there's not anywhere near enough forklifts? I think there might not be enough forklifts over here. Again, another forklift related issue. Also, the forklift garage over here needs some more, well, needs just any, actually, fuel deliveries. In fact, it's already got fuel deliveries. What am I talking about? It's connected up to a distribution office, isn't it? It is indeed. It's got and is getting fuel. There we go. Wonderful. Ooh, a nice long-range connection over here. It's kind of cool. And very cool. All right. So, let me link these up with dirt roads. Just to tease the residents of Kobe, I've decided to give forklift garages nice premium gravel roads. Just to wind up the residents of the city. Okay, so the fuel office is this is Refinovsky. Yeah, it's cool. All right. And the forklift garage is here too. Okay, brilliant. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Immediately dispatched. That's what we like to see. Let me buy a bunch of vehicles. In fact, I don't actually think... Yeah, the American vehicles can... Or the NATO vehicles can just transport the exact same number of resources anyway. So, what's the point? Maybe I'll decide to buy some NATO vehicles. That would be kind of cool at some point. Yeah, I'll buy them. I'll buy them now. Why the heck not, right? All right, so we should be able to move some more resources from the Coalgrad warehouse over to the road cargo station, please. That would be great. Wow, we are actually producing so many chemicals. Wow, 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 wow. That's actually kind of bonkers. Okay, maybe we need even more forklifts than this, to be honest. There is quite a long stretch of industrial connection over here, so you never know. Okay, that's good. Well, I'm glad that we've cleared that up, mostly. There's still another, not record-breaking traffic jam, but certainly a good one. Oh boy, it's going to be great. It's going to be great to get gravel out over here, isn't it? Holy cow, is it going to be good to get gravel out over here. We're going to be able to cut down on construction times dramatically. Again, not like that really matters because, I mean, financially, we're in a really, really strong position at this moment in time. However, in saying that, the more the merrier, right? The more construction that we can do locally, the merrier I am. Is this isn't even connected to anything. It's not even connected to anything. What on earth? What on earth? Also, actually, this mod has been updated now to account for... Yeah, to account for a storage with a loader. So, just like that, we can sort of whap a loader on the back there, if indeed that's something that we need to do. When we need to transport resources via trains. I mean, we still need to train this entire side of the map, to be honest. We've got a very, very small, like, localized train network over here. In fact, 2 technically localized train networks. You're still selling bitumen and fuel at a good amount of money. But at the same time, we're gonna need to roll out a much more expansive train network to this side of the map at some point. Speaking of this side of the map, how are we doing? We're not doing great. We're not doing great. The reason that we're not doing great in Mini Construct, though, is because we ain't got the educated populace that we need in order to do all of the stuff that we need to do. Right, what I'm gonna do is briefly pop across to Coalgradsky. There we go. These flats should be empty. Should be empty. Are they? Are you kidding me? Are you... Have we filled all of these flats? What the heck? Also, why the heck do you not have electronics? Where the heck are our electronics? Missing electric components and plastics. Yeah, okay, we're missing plastics. That's a bummer. All right, well that is what it is. We just need to deal with that. Thankfully, the vast majority of people have a television. I say the vast majority. The majority of people and the vast majority have a radio. Anyway, this is a snag. This is a big snag if it turns out that every single flat in Coalgrad is fully full. Population of Coalgrad is 15,000, but that doesn't account for the other population centers that we're now also building, apparently. I mean, this is a real problem, because I was thinking, oh hey, it's just gonna be super easy just to, you know, stick a couple of hundred people from Mini Constructo into these brand new empty flats that we've just constructed a couple of episodes ago. No. As it turns out, that was rather a ridiculously optimistic ambition. Okay, well, I guess we frankly have to build 2 additional houses here. Yeah, we'll build 2 additional houses. Are these houses actually within range of all of the services that they need? Again, I'm not sure. Kinda didn't plan for these houses to come along. Am I able to see walking distance? Oh, no, I'm not able to see walking distance because we have yet to connect up these pathways. Cool. Right. Right. Let me see the walking distance. Are you able to get to a shop? You're able to get to the supermarket over there. That's great. Since the increased walking distance has been introduced, it seems to make a fairly big difference. The problem is that I suspect that kindergarten, 9 workers can't get to work because of kindergarten. 114 workers can't get to work because there's no kindergarten. I mean, I really didn't anticipate this being an episode where I had to focus much on Potatograd at all. However, needs must, frankly, and our needs must. There are 2 kindergartens that are now going to be backing onto a very, very, very important nuclear supply route. Is this a good idea? No. No, 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 no. It is not a good idea. Not even slightly a good idea. I mean, literally the nuclear convoy will drive right in front of these kindergartens. Right down this road, right past the front of the kindergartens. I mean, that is... It's not good. It's not good. It's quite funny, though. But it's not good. Probably not good. Right, build these kindergartens. 110,000, 110,000. Right, so that should just, you know, short-term fix our problems. Oh, that's tantalizing. Oh, video game. Come on. I don't think it's gonna go through there. Might go through here. Yeah, it does indeed want to go through here. Just gonna see if we can link up some paths. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. And connect up over there. Brilliant. Okay, great. So, Mini Constructo, all of the residents of Mini Constructo, everyone is getting moved across here. We can move everyone bar some people that are sick. Brilliant. Are we going to be able to fit absolutely everyone in here? Kind of think that we should be able to fit the vast majority of people in here. I say that. Okay, well, there's 53 people left. That's kind of okay, because what we can do is we can just move everyone. I think everyone in this build, literally 100% of this building is educated. That is incredible. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I cannot imagine that circumstance occurring before now. I mean, it just blows my mind. All right, so we're basically just going to move absolutely everyone that we possibly can across. There we go. Keep it coming. Move everyone across here. There we go. Actually, no. You know what? I can leave some uneducated people in Mini Constructo. That's totally fine. And again, another 314 educated people living in that flat. That is crazy. That is absolutely bananas. It just goes to show, you know, we're in a really, really good position. Okay. Bada bim, bada boom. How many people is that? 149, 148? I think that's okay. I think that's okay. So, yeah, we unpause. The game chugs up a little bit, but that's totally fine. And what do you know? Everyone is able to work, and it all works brilliantly well. There are 2 things. There are 2 things that I want to do. There are 2 things that I want to do here. Everyone is educated now. Everyone is educated. Look at that. That's bonkers. That's absolutely bonkers. 2 things that I wanted to do over here. One of which was build a university. We can build a university. We can build a... Yeah, we build a medical university, sure. There's functionally 0 difference, I believe. So build a medical university. I will build that. I'm not going to build the medical university by hand. I'm going to quite comfortably allocate that to the construction offices. I'll build the road, though, sure, just to speed things up a little bit. All of the construction offices can get assigned to building the medical university, and that should fix our problem with education right up. There we go. Tell you what, I'll build some paths into the center of town as well. Get the construction office to build that. Now the bridge should be able to be built. There we go. Look at that. Resources are arriving, and by resources I mean human resources, the most important of all of the resources, and that will sort that out. The other thing that I wanted to build over here very, very quickly was a city hall / accounting office. Yeah, that's the one. And I would ideally like to build that, somewhere near, but not necessarily super near. I feel like you should fit in there, really. You should really fit in their office, to be honest. And yet, you just won't. You just won't. Okay, I mean, I gotta take down these cables then, I guess, if that's what you want me to do, video game. There we go. And we can just let that entire area be built by the construction office. There's no particular rush. And just to tease me more, you decide to completely allow me to build a straight power cable. Tantalizing. Tantalizingly mean. I don't like it. Alright, I'm going to decrease the number of workers that can build this medical university, because it's actually within walking distance. I don't really want that many people to be working on the building at any given time. But that should basically mean, I think, with all of these brand new, highly educated people moved across from Potatograd, basically should mean that Mini Constructo is good forever, really, as soon as... There we go. Reduce to like 30. Yeah, sure. It basically should mean that it's self-sustaining and it'll be good forever. We should replenish our supply of educated people, and that is what matters. The reason that I want to get a city hall / accounting office is because I want to keep track of the population over here. I mean, I suspect that this city will grow. I'll tell you what I would also like to check. I would also like to very much check the pollution levels. Let me build real quickly a pollution monitoring system, because I suspect that it's probably not overly great being next to a chemical plant or an asphalt plant. But again, that's kind of unavoidable. Maybe we can expand the city in another direction. We can expand it out here. Maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. Why are you not pumping? Can't export oil. Why the heck can you not export oil? Oh, yes, because at the very start of the episode, some silly pump ended up breaking down. How many people do you reckon are going to comment? You'd never replaced the pump. You never replaced the pump, Orbital. I mean, what's going on there, my dude? I reckon there's going to be a lot of people that didn't watch up to the end of the episode that complain about the pump. If you notice the pump being replaced, post in the comments. That's right. I like these little games that I can play with the whatever it is, the 20% of you that watch to the end of the video. And there's no power supply over here. You having a giggle? You having a giggle? You having a giggle? Are you having a flippin' giggle? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, so let's move it over here then, I guess. There we go, fine. Build that. Build that, there we go. Are people actually living in these houses, by the way? I think people can auto-move to these houses, but I don't know. Either way, yep, we're moving a whole bunch of oil, so that's going to temporarily bring down our cost of importing oil, but, I mean, it's going to drain really, really quickly. We still don't have enough oil. We're still not supplying enough. It's kind of the point of building this massive, massive hulking bridge. Tell you what, though, it's looking real good. It's looking real good. We've got most of the prefab panels ready to be moved to the site, so that's going to make a pretty darn big difference. What can I say? I'm happy. I'm a very happy chappy. I'm in a happy mood. Everything seems to be going fine. We're still exporting a bunch of nuclear fuel, which is great. Everyone in these 21-story flats should hopefully become educated fairly soon. The television station is doing a great job of outputting a whole bunch of propaganda. Same with the radio station. A little bit concerned about our food supply. Did kind of get a little bit of a shock how this month we've imported, 64,000. Wow. That is almost as much as the steel we've imported, and we've needed to build a whole bunch of stuff this month, such as pumping stations and whatnot. Yeah, it's not good. This also similarly is not good, but mostly it's not good because of my signaling issues. There we go. Are we building this bridge? We are indeed building the last and final bridge. Something's on fire. It's a pipe pumping station. Oh, very, very close to the fire station. No issues there whatsoever in putting that out. We actually finished building a boat. Can you believe that? We actually finished building a boat, and we're out of plastics. Otherwise, we would have continued and built that boat up a little bit more. 15 tons of chemicals, 42 tons of electronic components. I mean, we're sitting on like 2 million rubles, or 2 million, 3 million. Maybe not quite that much. $2 million, maybe just a little bit less than $2 million, and about 1 million rubles just in resource that is waiting at the boat there. That's crazy. That is crazy. And still, we're just not doing super hot on the plastics front. Right, I might need to reorganize this distribution network a little bit. Are we moving anywhere near enough plastic around? I mean, we don't actually have that many trucks on our plastic route. We've got 4 trucks on our plastics route. I mean, it's pretty poor, actually. And we can't actually export any more plastics. So that's really, really bad. Let me see if I can real quick just rectify that. Right. Sure. Give me a bunch of these. Yeah. Copy the line. Set line to vehicle. There we go. All right, good stuff. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have been a little bit more proactive in my plastic transport. We should probably set it up as a distribution network, actually, so that we can distribute our plastic without necessarily worrying about how often a truck's going to come past. We can just rely on the distribution network to keep things moved across at a good pace. But that's fine. We should be able to pick up a whole bunch of plastic very, very soon indeed. Do you wait until loaded? Yes, you do indeed, which is great. What can I say? I'm very happy with this. We got fuel. We got fuel in all these forklift factories, forklift garages. All of the plastic trucks get almost out to here, and then they realize, oh, we need to pick up some fuel. Presumably, it's going to happen with you as well. Indeed, it is. Well, it's just the reality of the situation, though. Not a big deal. All right, the harbor as well. The harbor's coming along nicely. That'll work wonders with our brand new boat. Man, I'm so excited. We're actually going to be moving. We're actually legitimately going to be moving boats. Huh. Well, not moving boats. Well, technically moving boats. Moving resources via boats. Kind of the same thing, I guess, isn't it? Man, I mean, what a wonderful little world that we've all created here, folks. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Everyone's educated, mostly. Everyone's happy, mostly. Everyone's getting their daily dosage of propaganda, mostly. Unless, of course, you live on the other side of the map. That doesn't matter. But yeah, everyone seems to be enjoying life in Mini Constructo, in Petrograd, in Grainsky, in Coalgradsky. I mean, it's looking good. It's looking great. It's looking grand. As ever, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, has been Potato. Thanks, as ever, to the fantastic Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/Potato for helping make videos like this possible. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.